You can see here I have two nativity scenes, both from the Mccall'S 1950 patterns. This one I'm going to do a little bit later. I haven't started this set of patterns yet, so that will be my next run. But right now, this is the last item I have to do on this set. I've made this, I've made this, I've made this, I made this, and now I'm making, and I made the Christmas tree, which I think is adorable. And now I'm going to be making the nativity scene. So for the nativity scene, they actually asked for a blue fabric, which I just happen to have scraps of. So I grabbed that. And I'm going to put a bit of a firm, medium interfacing behind it, just to give it some stiffness, so it's not just a very flat, soft fabric. And what I had to do was, this actually has transfers that you can iron it onto the fabric, but I don't want to use this pattern because it is vintage. So what I've done is, you know the times when you have extra onion skin, you're cutting out a pattern. Well, this is when I used to cut out patterns, but I don't anymore. But when I used to cut out patterns, there used to be extra onion skin, like lots of empty space. So I would save them for that one day. And guess what? Today's the one day. So I've transferred by tracing over the pieces that I'm going to need. So over here, they give you, again, transfers that you would transfer onto your felt to cut out the right colors and to cut them out the proper shape. But I took my onion skin and I traced it on my onion skin, so I'm just going to cut it out on my felt. And then I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to put this on top of my fabric, and then once I have this cut out in felt, I'm going to see the placement. I've kind of done a markings of like where the feet start, where the head starts, where the tree will go, and these are stars that'll be up in the sky. But what's interesting, when I was reading the back of this, just to share with you, the Nativity Picture B, to place the transfers, they tell you to do that, how to stamp the transfers over, which we're not going to do. We've done a tracing. And then they're going to show you how to do some applique. Cut out the felt applique pieces slightly inside of stamped solid outlines. Also cut along inner solid lines on Mary's white shawl. Dotted lines indicate an overage piece that should not be cut. Pin felt appliques over corresponding stamped position and slip stitch or paste to position. Sew center of brown baby rickrack over broken transfer lines for donkey's halter and reins. Sew 3/8 gold sequins over dots for section of halter. Sew 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch gold stars with seed beads over circles. So center of gold jumbo rickrack over the broken dotted line. So that would be this dotted line here. I'm going to have to go find me some rickrack. I don't know if it'll be gold. And then they say mount the picture on a piece of cardboard, 14 by 23, stretching felt over cardboard so that the rickrack turns over edge of cardboard and extends out. Give glue or tape felt or fabric edges to back of cardboard. I guess the blue had to be a felt, but mine's actually going to be a fabric. And then they tell you here, note nativity pictures may also be made of paper cutouts using colored construction paper for appliques and blue cardboard for background. So there we go. That's our instructions. Let's see how it turns out. I want to make more of these. I think I'm going to make more of these for people because I truly enjoyed making these. And I enjoyed making these Santa doorknob covers too. Not sure if it's just me, but I have a bag here of all the felts and pieces that kind of get left over and pieces that I've bought. So I'm going to need some white felts, some tan felts, some green, some blue, some beige. So I think I've got it covered with what I have here at home. And we're going to start cutting out our pieces here. So it says to cut out green for the palm trees. So I think I'm going to use this for the small. I'm going to do two different colors of green. And the donkey calls for medium brown. So I'm thinking this will be the donkey. I can also do a gray one. I have gray somewhere. And we'll see how this turns out. Well, here it is. I actually enjoyed working with felt. When I did the tree skirt and I worked with fabric, it was much more difficult. So I think I might do the tree skirt again using felt as it was supposed to be. So here is Mary and Joseph, and here's what I've completed. They did theirs on a back of cardboard so that you could actually lean it against something as a wall, but I've actually didn't use cardboard. I used a much firmer interfacing, and I've added 2 little pieces so if I want to hang it somewhere I can put a rod through and hang it. They also used golden rickrack, but I don't have golden. I either have yellow or white, so I think I'm actually going to use the white. I'm going to put that all the way around and then I'll be finished. But I enjoyed doing this. It was actually fun.
I was just thinking, your husband's a pretty lucky man.
Thank you.
Good night.
This is Mrs.
Here we go. All the things I've made from this 1950 Mccall'S 2343 Christmas. We did the nativity scene, we did the Santa runner, we did the tablecloth, we did the tree skirt, and we did the Santa doorknob holder and the Christmas trees. There's the Christmas trees, here's the nativity scene, there's Santa, here's the tree skirt, which underneath has some wonderful Christmas fabric. Here's the table runner. Keep in mind, all these fabrics were reused fabrics. This Santa's a bit more pink because that's the pink I had for his face. And underneath that, we have the tablecloth, which has bells along the side. And we have the 2 Christmas tree candle covers, which go over your unlit candles.